So, we're headed to Cowchop right now.
If you don't know who Cowchop is, they basically make YouTube torture porn. Imagine an Eli Roth movie. Now imagine anything else. That's Cowchop.
What's in the bag?
Well, on the way over, Alyssa messaged me and she said that we don't eat enough vegetables. So it's not really anything I said to pick these up. You ever have someone throw up in your Uber before?
I brought James with me on the journey, but I was already starting to regret it. You look a little bloated today.
Really?
Yeah, not like in a bad way. You just look like infected, I guess.
Citrus acid buildup.
At first glance, I thought a bulbous street vagrant was approaching me to invest in his pyramid scheme.
Mystery location.
Santa Monica!
Santa Monica!
This street is really great. This whole area is really great.
That was a lie. They're in a lower class neighborhood, and I felt uncomfortable even typing their address into Waze.
You guys actually picked this place and you're like, this is it?
Yeah.
After Brett explained to me his cuckolding liberal agenda, he pulled out some liability forms, and that's where I started to worry.
Wendy, I need you to not lose these. These are really important. You're holding trash. That's trash. It's like a dryer sheet. That's still trash.
Is that a vape pen?
This is a vape pen. This is the new vape pen.
Dude, actually, I'm having trouble seeing you because of the green on green.
Like I'm blending in like Predator.
Yeah, but like older though. What's the date today? The 14th?
25th.
Oh, there we go.
You just wrote 25.
Knowing Brett's a free spirit, it was difficult to watch what happened next.
Rooster Teeth First is an exciting new subscription content model.
The rooster's claws tightening around Brett's neck were almost palpable. What does palpable mean?
Yeah. Oh, beetle. Get it.
What are you gonna... You put him on the ground? He's safe.
Brett explained to me that I was the first guest they've ever had at Cowchop.
So we're really gonna give you the true...
Dude!
fan experience.
Brett wanted me to wear a onesie. I find onesies to be deeply shameful.
Is that real, dude? That's so messed up.
My keys!
Shit, dude, Alyssa's gonna kill you.
God damn it!
They were ruined. Every last pea.
You got a little mug. Look at this. Now this is fun, right? It's moving up in the world. All right, you wanna take your...
Brett made me sit for a photo for his private collection.
Fast rapid tour of the Cowchop offices.
I'm not sure this man knows that he's alive.
You're touching my rash! You're touching my rash! Stop it! My whole body is! Make it alone!
I turned the corner, and that's when I realized that I shouldn't have come. It took me far too long to realize that these are not people.
Stop!
They're savages.
Try that one, try that. Oh, I fucking hope you are all demonetized.
The misshapen one reached out to me with an act of kindness.
Oh, was I supposed to use this blindfold? Absolutely, but I mean... No! 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 No!
I thought only white people worked for Rooster Teeth, but as it turns out, they had a little Spanish boy in the office too.
Defense!
He seemed like the one normal person at Cowchop.
I don't like this place. I actually hated your...
No, legitimately, this is probably one of the worst places I've ever been in my entire life.
Light! Go!
We couldn't even escape. They had us locked up like a farm animal, or like somebody in jail. That's when I realized I got power moved by one of the main hosts at Cowchop. How dare Alex not show up when a member of the 1% is in the office?
Is he not here today?
He's not here. He's actually just didn't...
Yikes, didn't show up? Just didn't show up. Didn't show up? Just didn't show up? Alex didn't show up? The deal with Brett is that I'd be with, here with both you guys, maximum promotion.
Yeah, I mean...
And it's, he just... Okay, Brett, no. I guess you just gotta go back on all the deals you make, right? That's kind of crazy how...
I wasn't about to let this actual fever dream of a squad ruin my promotion with Alex, so I called him on FaceTime.
Where are you?
I was fun.
You're at the school club? I like your bleached hair, actually.
That's when I remembered just how cool Alex was, and how we could just talk for hours. Just talking the night away.
We're in Hollywood.
Chinese theater.
Oh, cool. That's a nice place to live, actually.
After a couple hours, my connection started to get interrupted.
No, it's worse. Did you connect to Bluetooth? Or did you connect to Wi-Fi? Bluetooth, what am I saying?
The call dropped with Alex, and I figured it was time to leave anyway. We didn't really get a chance to formally introduce ourselves at the beginning, so we did it right before we left.
Hey man, I'm James.
I'm also James.
Dude.
James.
It was finally time to leave that hellhole. I figured their janitorial service would pick up after me, like mine does.
Do you want my number? Do you want to?
I just don't want to contact you again.
James, you're
One and done.
You're a big jokester, and
One
here,
and done for
I'll give
us.
you.
That's it.
I'll give you my number next time, since we're on the way out.
You're
So,
not coming back.
oh, I didn't expect that to end so soon. So we could head by Kip's house.
No,
and
I'm
then
gonna just go home.
head home. No, I paid you $100. It's been 3 hours. $100. That's $40 an hour.
James went home, and when I went over to Kip's house, I found out that he was actually pretty sick.
I'm so happy that we're friends and that I don't hang out with Cowchop daily.
Does it suck?
They put me in mouse traps and they filled me up with dish soap.
Is that what they have to do now? Is that what it's come down to?
No, it's what they want to do. They want to do it. They want to do it. They want to do it.
I miss Cowchop. Please invite me back. Subscribe to their channel in the link below to find out what really happens to me at their office this Saturday on their channel.